So then the journey, when it's the roadmap for experiencing the awakening of your life mission. The journey of life mission is emphasized because it's a process, not a product. The journey is the purpose of life mission. We do it for what it changes in us. So the adventure of the process of living your life mission is the journey. Purpose is whatever you decide it is in the moment. It can be your life mission, but only if you've consciously addressed that. So I say life mission because it implies being sent, whatever that means to you. But it means that you're not inventing it in the moment. It's remembering that it's already written into your blueprint, if you will. As the phrase in some of the sacred books go, it's written into your members. So the difference between purpose and mission is that mission is something that's part of your nature. Your gifts, your talents, your motivations, your passions are already there. They were packed in your bag, so to speak, when you came. If you went to music camp, there'd be instruments. If you went to sports camp, there might be athletic gear. So whatever it is for you, it was already packed in your bags. So it's not about deciding right now, why am I here? It's about remembering. And then making your purpose, your mission, would be something you'd consciously decide. And then the distinction that I make between mission, purpose, and vision, I might say that vision is the thing you see that's possible for the world that other people might also be doing. And the mission is your singular, unique, like a snowflake or a fingerprint way of doing that. And then your purpose, I suppose, would be, since it's something you make a conscious decision about, you're saying this is who I am and how I'm going to show up to that mission and purpose. Any questions about that? So I'll read, if there's no questions, I'll read it a little more. So this is one of the other beings in the caravan, one of the guides. He continued, "We move in the horizontal world for such a short time, and it's so easy to forget our possible greatness. It's easy when life happens to forget how much in us could be passed over. What happens in moments of greatness that overrides our smallness? If we live in the horizontal world for a purpose, then those moments could be waiting around the corner, on the next bend in the road. Like a cork floating in a river, when we default on destiny, we go wherever the river takes us. Not choosing is still a choice. We are sent to life mission and destiny. We are sent to life mission and destiny. It's meant for us, and it will not happen automatically. We must choose it." So then the main character in the book writes in what he calls the expedition journal. His expedition journal is what he writes in the horizontal world when he comes back. There's a trip to the caravan, and that's called the vertical world, and this world is the horizontal world. So in this process, David's going back and forth between the worlds. So he wrote in his exposition journal, "Before getting to work, I heard a story on National Public Radio about how someone's life was affected by the time and places in which he found himself. The true story of Varian Fry. It was about a journalist who went to France during the occupation by the Nazis to help refugees escape. Commentators said he was an American Schindler. Like Schindler, Fry's personality, talents, gifts, and style perfectly fit the challenge of that moment. Establishing his rescue network was his moment of greatness. In the 13 months that he was in charge of the operation, he was fearless. And in his total optimum embodiment, and also like Schindler, he found it difficult to find a similar combination later in his life. If Fry had lived in a culture that took it for granted that attention to life mission was essential and required ongoing attention, would the rest of his life have been different? If the map for finding an ongoing and continuous relationship with his life mission had been available to Schindler and Fry, would they have continued their journey and built on the great experiences they had so far? The problem in situations like theirs is that when people find themselves in situations called on by life, they respond. When the crisis is over, they're left trying to figure out what's next. If they weren't sure why and how they got there, and why they responded in the way they did, then how will they know where to find the next thread of their life mission?